A woman meditated with her eyes closed. Suddenly countless hands appeared around her. They were tearing at her body. She felt extremely uncomfortable. She looked down and saw ants crawling on her. When she looked to the side, she noticed the floor was covered with ants. Following their path, she realized the ants were all heading for a hole in the wall. She went over to check the hole, but it was pitch black and she couldn't see anything. Without realizing it, her scalp began to itch terribly. Over the next few days, strange things started happening. Not only did she begin scratching her head unconsciously at work, but even before falling asleep with her boyfriend, her hand would scratch her scalp without her noticing. This became worse over time. The woman even started using a file to scratch her scalp. She found the hole from earlier and sealed it tightly with cement, but the itching didn't stop. In the dead of night, an ant crawled into her nostril. She had been asleep but woke up feeling uncomfortable. She was choked by the ant crawling into her nose. It felt like she couldn't breathe. Then she spit out countless ants. It seemed like her body was being controlled by the ants. But when daylight came, it all felt like just a bad dream. That day, an album suddenly fell off a shelf. As the woman flipped through it, she was shocked to see that her mother had a lot of red spots on her arm. She quickly grabbed a magnifying glass to take a closer look. The spots were all scratches from someone itching. With confusion, the woman drove to find her father. Her father worked at a monastery. She hadn't wanted to have any contact with him, but with her scalp itching getting worse, she had no choice. She wanted to know if her mother had suffered from some illness, but her father kept saying it was a curse. She also noticed that her father would scratch himself absent-mindedly too. Not only did she not get a clear answer, but she was even more confused than before.